going to take a look into the latest edition of our Linndrum drum kit. This is where we took a classic Linndrum and ran it through a custom Neve mixing console. We recorded it through clean, but we also ran it through overdriven. So we've got two versions of each sample, and we've got a dial that fades between the two on these first two drum kits here. So what we can see here, there are these two clean/overdriven presets, and then there are 7 presets that are full of macros and effects and things that are already built with sound design in mind. So you want to think of the first two as sort of blank templates, and where you can sort of build your own effects and sound design on, but they already do have a lot of tweaking options. So for example, every single pad here has a selector, so the black dial is always a sample selector. And then there's also the overdrive that will go between the two versions that we recorded of each selected sample. And then also every pad has lots of sort of parameters here that are designed to shape and tune and tone the sample that you're playing. So that's what these first 2 presets are about. The second 7 presets are all the sound design driven ones. Before I dive into that, the first thing you want to do when you open up this live set is just go through and save every preset. So hitting the save button down here will save this to your user library, and it's not only saving the preset, but it's also loading all the samples into the sample part of your user library. So this means you can open it up and use it in any project that you work on. So go through and save all those. Be mindful that it's this save button, not the one on each pad. You can go through and save the preset of each sound pad as well. But if you want to save some time, just saving these 9 presets here will be a good start. So these 7 affected presets are essentially the same thing, but with lots of sound design effects built on top. Anyway, there's more presets and dials here than I could go through at the moment. So just jump in, have a play. The thing that I should show you is just quickly how each of these effect presets work. It's the same as the clean and overdriven presets in that every single pad has a black dial on here, which gives you the opportunity to select between the different samples for the snare or the kick and so forth. Same kick, snare, etc. has a bunch of other macros to shape, tune, and tone the sample, but they also have a dedicated effects rack for each sound, and then a master effects rack for the whole kit. So a couple of things you might see in the deeper dive is that the master effects rack has some returns here that are both returns and bus groups. Some of them are parallel, side-chained, or running straight through in various amounts. The other thing is that not only are all these pads selectors with their effect styles on them, some of them are grouped, such as the percussion group, which is with the rim, the clap, cowbell, and so forth, where whichever one you've selected, I've selected the cowbell here so I can go through and tweak that sample and change it here. It's a part of a larger group of pads that are sharing an effect group to keep them sort of unified. So the toms and congas are a part of a group with its own effect group. The hats have their own as well. So you'll see in these group ones, there's also some returns, sometimes busts, sometimes returns, that are worth having a play around with if you're at that level. Regardless of all that, there's just heaps to jump in and play with and tweak. So I hope you enjoy producing with them.